Hey pal, I'm Thomas Talmadge, and today we're live on the Big Pal Show. We're here with my dear friend Ryan, and we're going to learn about anything and everything he has ever done.
That's a pretty good introduction. How's it going, Thomas?
I'm doing great. Today we ran into a couple roadblocks getting the show, but the show never stops. That's the thing about showbiz.
No, you guys came up with a great alternative, great background, great place.
Terrific.
Great setting.
Yeah. And, I think you can relate to some of the difficulties of maybe recording a podcast because you are a former Twitch streamer.
I am.
And, yeah, so for a little introduction about Ryan, he's a former Twitch streamer, part-time DJ, and a full-time Chad. He likes to spend his time shredding the gnar, hitting the gym, and doing flips.
About 30% of that is correct. Maybe 50.
So, we're learning more about him. But back to the Twitch streamer.
Sure.
What made you want to try it out?
So gaming has been a huge part of my life. I grew up playing, Nintendo and Super Nintendo games and the original Marios, and then the N64 came out with first-person shooters and GoldenEye and Super Smash Brothers, and just evolving as a kid, growing up as the different consoles came out. Making my first Xbox Live account when Halo 2 came out back in 2004. It feels like forever ago.
Right.
And just being able to be a part of the gaming movement as it's gone through all of its different phases, from just like the couch co-op, the couch, sleepover, to Xbox Live, to streaming, to what it is now today.
And those monumental changes just happen so quick if you look at it on a calendar perspective. And I think that's really cool. If you had to go all time, what's the best first-person shooter game?
I think that the most iconic first-person games, just the Halo series by far. I will forever consider Halo 1, 2, and 3 just some of my favorite and best gaming memories, gaming moments, highlights, the hangouts, the LAN parties, Xbox Live, staying up till 4 a.m. to play that one more Team Slayer to
Right.
get that level 50, and just seeing the amount of friendships that I've been able to create through Halo itself compared to any other game that I've played is astounding. I still have people now today that I know and communicate with. They have families and kids, but you know what? We can always talk about Halo. We can always play Halo, and it just feels like we're back in time no matter what. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I completely agree. Some of my favorite memories with my cousins and friends was just playing Reach on the, split screen on the 360.
Yeah.
That was some of the most fun times. Looking back, trying to, obviously there's some nostalgia, but what would you compare gaming, let's say before 2014, compare it to now, and how is it different, and in what ways may it be better or worse?
So I would say that gaming before, I would even say 2012, 2010, it was all about just putting in the time to get good, and people were, overall, generally, people were actually bad at video games. Right. And a big part of that was because they didn't have all of these outlets that they can use to get better at the game, to study strategies, watch VODs. None of that really existed. The only way to get better was to play and to put in the time and you would just all of a sudden be playing, all these different skill ranges. But now you game, and everyone is just cracked, no matter what game it is. It could be like the first week of a brand new game that just got released, but because it's an iteration of, Halo Infinite, it's like the sixth or seventh Halo, and now people are they're so good, the bar is so high that gaming it's not so much casual anymore. It's a lot more competitive, and everyone wanting to be, the best of the best, and make money off of it. Realistically, a lot of people want to try and make money off of gaming best they can. So I think it changes the dynamic of why people want to game.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I remember when I got knee surgery, I knew I was going to be out of commission for quite a few months, and I was never super into gaming. I mean, I liked more of the sports games, so I'd play Madden,
Yeah,
some
those
of
are
the
great
UFC games, and just all right, some of the UFC games and those kind of sports ones because they're less competitive. You can just enjoy it on your own. But I kind of wanted to get into some online gaming, so I could play with my cousins and stuff who live out of state, some buddies too.
Yeah.
And so I tried Warzone.
Nice.
I downloaded Warzone. I got into it, and because I didn't really want to play Fortnite, you know, it's kind of it's a 9-year-old's game now, from what I've heard. So
I'm not a Fortnite fan at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So
I got Warzone, and what I didn't know about Warzone, because Fortnite's kind of a 9-year-old's game, Warzone's an angry 30-year-old's game.
it's true.
And that was a very eye-opening experience and soul-crushing experience as well. I'd go loot up. Actually, the first game I played, I thought I was loading into solos, right? I dropped down. It was squads, but I guess I was trying to solo squad it. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
So I dropped down, and then there's just 4 dudes harassing me when I'm trying to loot in a house. And, I had to go to a therapist about it, everything.
Man, I feel like you're attacking me right now because I turned 30 in November, and I feel angry when I get dominated by anyone in any game.
Right.
So I kind of feel a little attacked, but I totally understand. You're absolutely right, though. I mean, there are certain games that the dynamic is you're dealing with people in their 30s that are like that take it very seriously.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Whether or not they're good at the game is irrelevant. They treat it like it's kind of like an ego check, and so you get punished for being a new player in that case. So,
am I? We can edit this out. I can turn the volume. Okay. Turn the volume up a little bit too. Just edit that maybe. But yeah, the difference now is it's just way more competitive. It's way more online. You can play on your own. You know, you don't have 2 buddies in the same room playing together as well. Just, the internet's better. And yeah, it's turned into a business. You tried testing some of the waters on that with your Twitch stream.
Yeah, sure did.
So how long did you do that?
So I started streaming, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. I streamed pretty consistently. I played a game from the early 2000s. I played Diablo 2. It's a very small amount of audience members. Not a lot of people search Diablo 2 right now that there's Diablo 4 out now, of course, but I don't talk about that. But Diablo 2, because it had such a small audience, you ran across the same people and a lot of the different Diablo 2 content creators on Twitch. I just did my best to try and to be myself, to be different from everyone else, to try and be just a place you could leave on because the game itself is not something that you just like you're sitting there watching every moment. It's more of like you're there for the hype moments, because Diablo 2 was a game that kind of revolutionized ARPGs in terms of like drop tables and loot and the dopamine that you get from seeing these super rare things drop. And after putting in, you could put in an hour and see one thing, or you could put in 500 hours and see nothing. And just like that range of like randomness was so hype. And being as a viewer and as someone that plays the game all the time, it was kind of like a hold your breath moment for everyone involved, and everyone's just kind of waiting. But the game itself, though, is incredible, and I just, I wanted to just be not the best streamer, because there's no like best or bad. I just wanted to be a good place for people to chill and be a part of hype moments, part of the moments that I found really exciting and get to share with other people.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I think people will turn back to like old things because they do feel comfortable, So
That's
like
true.
with nostalgia and stuff, like recently some of my favorite YouTubers that I used to watch when I was in middle school, Smosh. I don't know if you ever heard about them,
Sure.
but they finally got back together. So going back watching those videos and being able to kind of relive some of those moments I really enjoyed is awesome. So, looking back and playing an older game, just because it's an older game doesn't mean it's a bad game.
No, absolutely not. I think some of the best games that exist, even in today's market, with all of these brand new games coming out every 6 months or a year, some of the best games that have ever been created were from 20 years ago to 30. I would say 20 years ago now. It's 2023, but I don't think that the time of a game release is what dictates a good game. I think that it's replayability, its connection with the story, or just how much fun you have while playing it. And it can be a solo experience, it can be a group experience, but yeah, I don't think old games are bad. I think old games, and it's not even from a nostalgia point of view, it's just the quality of games back then were meant to be enjoyed. They were not milked for trying to get people's wallets for $15 cosmetics so you can have a different hat on, or $25 skin so you have a different gun skin. It's like those things just like don't matter. That's not gameplay. That's like that's stuff that just that can help with making it the game your own. But when everybody buys it, it's just like is it really you or unique at all? No, it's not that. It's just not the same. I think that going back to the older games, you realize some of the better aspects of it, and then you start to appreciate those much more than just playing the most recent new game. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think one difference, key difference between that kind of era and this modern era for games is just the saturation too.
Sure.
Right? They were, I think, then like we'd see releases like Skyrim and all these like kind of monumental, like game-changing games, if you want to call it.
Sure.
Because they weren't trying to copy anything. They were pioneering games. And today we'll see, like, if Bethesda's making another open world game, like it almost feels like it's been done before. And they're just, they'll make a trailer too soon, and then they'll have to push the date back of release.
Sure, that happened a lot.
Whatever, and then it gets overhyped to the point where once the game's here, it's not enjoyed. And I think you'd see with older games, they would kind of just release it, people would play it and then love it.
Yeah, I think that was I think that you're absolutely right. I think that there is too much information regarding these early releases, like you said, these trailers, these beta tests, and then companies are under a lot of pressure to release on certain days to try and beat the other games that are coming out that year. And then there's just these unfinished products, and a big part of that is because they want to be these live games that are constantly updated, right? New content, new things every couple of months, 6 months, seasons, whatever. But what that does is it makes the original base game just like a shell of what the game could have been if it was developed properly. And then also I think gamers now are extremely critical to the point to where even if a game it comes out that's good, they try to nitpick on every small or big detail and try to just tear it down before they even give it a chance. And that can be seen on Twitch, that could be seen on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Right. And I just remember when, like, I know this will kind of date me, but I remember when Halo 2 came out, right? Everyone was hyped about it because it was a new Halo. Like that was a big deal. Mm-hmm. And when that game got released, people were going to midnight releases. People were going like camping out of GameStops and Best Buys or whatever, like just like wherever I can go to get the game. And I think that I just compare like that kind of environment and hype compared to now, where it's just like you see a trailer and like that game just kind of looks meh. It doesn't look like something I'm going to enjoy, it makes gaming now kind of difficult.
Yeah, it was like maybe I'll get it if it comes to Game Pass or something.
That's true. Yeah.
There's no more like going to GameStop or whatever it is and buying the CD. You can just download it online when it goes on sale. Yep. Or you can just kind of run it even with cloud gaming stuff now too.
Yeah,
you don't have to download anything. So yeah, that's definitely different. So describe like kind of the growth you experienced while doing Twitch. Did you find some success, or kind of that overall experience, just that side of things?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think that my personal experience with Twitch and streaming was I created a pretty consistent and small community of people that just enjoyed coming in, asking me about stuff about my real life, but also being able to get to know them on kind of like on a one-on-one level, and just like even though they're people that I might not necessarily see in real life, I feel like I know them and like I would consider them friends, right? Like that was because of the game that I was playing, because of a small audience, I was able to really get to know all of my viewers. And I think that over time, did I grow as much as I thought I would in the amount of time that I invested? No, but I think that's okay. I think that I enjoyed the time that I put in, and then the reason why I stopped streaming is just because I kind of hit a wall with streaming gaming. Like there's a difference between gaming when you're not streaming and when you have to stream every day, and it starts to feel like a chore or a job, or more like how do I make this fresh? How do I make it entertaining for people? And I just kind of hit a wall personally, and I didn't think it was worth the time anymore, and that's kind of what happened. Like it started off really strong to where it was able to build a small community, but then it just kind of, my personal was just like, I kind of want to just go back to casually gaming and just let it be, I just let it be a me thing, or like the people that I game with kind of thing, rather than just like I need to entertain, I need to put on a show for people. So it just kind of shifted over that time frame.
Yeah, and you'll see creators, musicians, whatever it is, they'll blow up that way where they're just kind of having fun with it.
Yeah.
Or they really want that, like they're driving for the success, going super hard. I think those are the two ways you kind of see it come. But once they get that success, or they start having to turn it into a job, the quality will improve, like monetarily wise, but as far as like them, like what you were looking at isn't there anymore.
Yeah. And
it's kind of hard to explain, but you'll be able to see it in different creators, and yeah, that's a tough roadblock to run into.
Well, I think that some of the top content creators, on no matter what game it is, I think that they find like their niche. They find what is interesting for viewers. They just ham it up, and they make it a running gag or whatever, and it brings people back because they want to see, maybe that running gag or that, that crazy reaction or whatever in so many different scenarios of what they're doing. And I think that for me, I just kind of ran out of ideas. Realistically, but I applaud those that can stick with it and do it consistently, no matter what they're playing. Mm-hmm. I think that for me, just the game choice that I picked to try and stream, because it was a small group, there wasn't a lot of growth potential, and I knew that, and I was okay with that. But I think that streaming it's good and bad, but I think for me it was an awesome experience. I don't think negatively about it, but I do know that some days I was kind of, I wasn't feeling it, and I could tell, and it definitely ruined the stream environment and just like the overall vibe of the stream, and that kind of that shows to people. And I think I like I said, I applaud people that can come up with new content all the time. It's hard. It's a lot of thought and a lot of work.
Yeah. So are you completely retired, or will you still do it from time to time, or?
My brother wants me to stream what I play now. I play PUBG right now, and that game's been out 5 or 6 years, and it's cheesy. It's kind of it's kind of a bad game, but it's got its charm, you know. And I love the game because it's perfect for my old man reflexes. Realistically,
Yeah.
I can't keep up with the movement anymore, and in these fast-paced battle royales. But you know, I think about it sometimes. I do. I think I could pick it back up, but I would honestly have to start from scratch, because I don't think my viewership was based off of like multi-game viewership.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much Diablo only. If I streamed anything else, even with that small community built, viewership just kind of tanked, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think from a viewership standpoint, it would reset, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's interesting. One thing I noticed, like with Warzone, I don't know if you see this a lot with PUBG, but a lot of ways people get viewership on YouTube and other platforms is like commentary, kind of like almost like a coach. Like I was watching some Warzone videos. This guy he would just watch other people play and kind of point out what they're doing good, what they're doing bad. So if you are thinking about making content, that might be the move for PUBG.
Commentary would be fun.
Yeah.
I think that PUBG or just any battle royale where there's just really stupid circumstances or like things that you can do to your team or to yourself can really be funny to put like in an announcer kind of format, and or just even commenting on your own gameplay and just like going over VODs and just saying like, I'm an idiot for doing this. I mean, just for an example, like I was playing duos with my brother, and we're driving, to the safe zone, and all of a sudden we pass like this bear pit that I didn't know existed on the map, and I just fell straight down face first in the car. And there's two guys hanging out with this polar bear that isn't attacking them, but it pushes us, and they just kill us within 5 seconds. And it's like, what just happened? Like,
yeah, exactly.
And those kind of moments, I think that those moments are funny. Do I get upset? Absolutely not. Like there's no reason to. I mean, gaming is supposed to be fun, and I think that's definitely worth looking into.
Yeah, and I think that type of content is great. Just not with gaming. Something I'm thinking about getting into is just getting me and a couple of my buddies. Obviously, we're gonna keep doing the podcast because I just love doing it. But and just reacting to different kinds of videos. Like I don't know if you've ever watched like Jubilee videos or some like Vice videos. Like just give some commentary of that. And especially with gaming, like some people just the pressure is too much sometimes, so they like to watch other people do it. Or just that commentary, and even with life, like you'll see, like with Vice stuff, like there's tons of commentary videos around that type of stuff, or Jubilee, because it's like just cool to hear different perspectives, and that's why I think podcasting's so huge, because no one really talks to each other anymore, honestly.
It's true,
unless it's through a screen. So yeah, just that's just some cool ways that I think we can unite people, and I think in these times, that's really important. Something we definitely need.
I agree. I do agree with you. I do think that there is a large amount of viewership that people don't actually play the game that they're watching.
Yeah.
They simply are there for the content creators' opinions or thoughts or their reactions to what's happening. And I think that I do agree with you. I do think that people have a hard time with communicating in person. I think that that's definitely a struggle, and but I think gaming is a perfect avenue to break the ice. But I do think that, like I said before, friendships can definitely blossom from gaming, and then just making it a reality, and not just through a screen as you put in.
For sure. So with all these different, creator platforms now, I mean, we had the original, which is like YouTube and all these, different streaming platforms, TikTok, Shorts, anything. What do you think is the best one to be on right now?
I think right now is TikTok and YouTube, 100%. I think that while Twitch does have a monopoly over gaming and gaming streaming, I do think that in terms of content, YouTube and TikTok is the way.
Yeah.
I think it's more accessible, more people are on it, and people's attention span is a lot less. People just want that short snippet, that 5 second, 10 second clip of something, and even YouTube videos, nobody really wants to sit through a super long video anymore. They want it to be to the point, and I think that those two. What do you think? What do you think is the best?
I don't know. I think TikTok is definitely up there for sure. And YouTube is now, but I don't know how long that will last, because you're seeing more and more censorship, people leaving YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's a real struggle. I don't think Rumble's ever going to, get up there, as much as people are joining it. I think where it's going to head is going to be a direction of a hybrid of social media and YouTube. Whether that's kind of the new Twitter thing we have, or like something kind of like that, a new platform. And I think that's the direction it's going to go into, where you can have shorts or reels, full videos, and then social media just all in one space. I think that's where it's going. Maybe YouTube will kind of turn their platform into that, but I think that's the future.
I agree, and I think that I think the number one reason why these things are failing is censorship. To be honest, I think that it just all that does is just push people away from wanting to use that platform for their content, and it just promotes other things that allow people to post what they want, and whether or not that's through YouTube or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, just whatever it can obviously. I mean, obviously there's boundaries with censorship that are okay, but like when you're just like trying to make a point about gaming or whatever content, and then it just being cut because you offended a moderator, it's like, well, is that really fair? Mm-hmm. From a content perspective, is that fair? Yeah, well, no, it's not. So
yeah, and I think there should be more things where it's a portal for the creator to self-censor in some way. So like,
I agree.
Obviously, if you're making a video and you want to not have comments on it, obviously that should be a thing. And but I don't think it should be a person or AI to be deciphering what gets the green light and what doesn't, in content.
I agree. I think that every situation needs to have the correct amount of moderation, and not just have one person have the power over everything. I think that Twitch struggles from that too, in terms of censorship. I think that a lot of the streams that get promoted now are not even gaming related, which is really sad, because the whole draw about Twitch was I go there to watch games, but yet you go there and the top 10 streams are like not gaming related at all.
Or Speed.
Or just whatever it is, and it's just kind of, or it's just like promoting not safe for work content on other sites. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like not what its purpose is anymore. Mm-hmm. And I definitely see that, and I think that's a problem. I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And that's interesting to think about, because I'm someone who actually enjoys those styles of streams on Twitch. So I watch.
Oh, you do? Yeah. So what kind of streams do you like when you go to Twitch?
I like. I don't know if you know who Speed is. He's funny. And then Kai Sennett. They do like a lot of reaction stuff, just funny, kind of short clips. And that's what their content is, I think, made for. They found the algorithm where like they'll do streams, but everything's clipped and it's put on TikTok. So I don't even go really on Twitch to watch streams.
Yeah, right. Because you go to those more, like, honestly, those shorter. Because do you really want to sit through an 8.5-hour stream to see like two things?
Right.
No, and I mean, you're not leaving a stream on for 8.5 hours and just like kind of listening to it, right? Because you just want those moments. And so I definitely understand, and I think that they nailed it.
Yeah. So I don't know the direction where anything heads, whether it's a merger thing or it just gets too oversaturated and crashes. I hope not, but that's always a possibility, I guess.
It could happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, transitioning out of gaming for a little bit and stuff, some of the other aspects. So you do DJing.
I do. Yeah. On weekends.
So I gotta ask, what is your least favorite song, or just shoot some out. Maybe not your least
Oh
favorite.
man.
But
Okay. So I might get some hate for this. I really don't like "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey.
yeah,
I think that song sucks. I don't even mind Journey as a band. I just think
Right.
that song alone, I cannot stand it. But yeah, it gets requested probably 95% of the events that I do. I would say other songs that I can't stand. Man. Probably like Whippin' Nay Nay is pretty bad.
yeah,
And there was that phase when that came out, and all, every school, a lot of weddings that wanted it, and it was just like, this song just sucks. Like, it's not fun, and people don't want to do it for more than like 10 seconds. It goes back to that, like, short snippets is good for the attention span. But yeah, I don't know. There are a lot more songs, but honestly,
yeah.
rattling them off, I might just sound kind of petty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Pessimistic or something.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah.
I definitely do think that there is some terribly overplayed music.
So
Yeah.
Going off that, do you have a whip and do you have a nay?
I do. Yeah. I had to practice best I could. I got to keep up with the youngsters.
I think this might be your time to shine for the camera.
You want me to whip?
Let's see the whippin' nay nay.
The whippin' nay nay
On camera.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
I'll do it with you. How about that?
Okay. Or with the mic or without?
Without, we can set them down. Boom, right here.
Okay. So we're doing.
How are we going?
So
Right or left?
we're gonna go right first.
Okay, right here. Boom.
Ready? With.
Two.
Last
And
week,
then
with.
nay. Okay.
Last week with.
Okay. Yeah.
We can do all right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
not
good.
too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad.
So
I feel old just doing that.
So for all those who are just listening audio only on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, if it's not on here by now, it will be soon. We just performed the Whippin' Nay Nay and
did our best.
And yeah, as hours of practice, blood, sweat, and tears went into perfecting the Whippin' Nay Nay for both of us, I think.
Yeah, like I said, but when you're behind the table and you're playing all these songs that people were wanting, you kind of have to get into it a little bit. And so, during that year or two when that song was popular, I had to do it.
And just going back to Don't Stop Believing too, like I think the message of that song is slightly misleading too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, like I wish I wouldn't have heard that song before I learned about Santa Claus.
Why's that?
Because I was in denial for a long time when I learned about, I know this might be a controversial take, but Santa Claus not being real.
What?
I know.
Who told you that?
My own parents.
Your parents did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
And I've never been the same, quite frankly. And sometimes I hear that song and it just makes me want to believe again.
Well, you got to just take those words straight to heart, don't stop believing.
Yeah.
When did they tell you?
17.
17?
Yeah.
That's awful.
I know. I think about it every night.
So, you're just going to the mall and you're just like, I'm just sitting on some stranger's lap now? It's not even Santa?
Yeah, and when you know that, it feels really creepy.
Yeah.
The whole idea of it just...
Man.
It isn't so Christmassy anymore.
No, it feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Do you need a hug? Do you need a...
Yeah, let's...
You need a bond?
It's okay. Did it? I'll just move the mouse. That should be good.
He's got to type it in.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated.
How we doing so far?
Good, I think. What time are we at? Oh, still rolling.
Still rolling? All right.
Yeah. We're at 35. Perfect. Okay. Slight technical difficulties, but we're back. We don't have any sponsors yet, but if you want to sponsor us, contact me, please.
Yeah, we love fast food.
Right.
We love Mountain Dew. So, if you're listening, hit us up.
We will love whatever product you have.
Oh, that's true. We're not picky. We're not picky.
Yeah. So, yeah, back to it. Music,
DJing, overplay,
bad dance moves.
terrible dance moves. Let's be honest.
What is one dance move that's just so iconic that it will never be bad?
I think there's a couple actually. I think for us old school people is the crip walk, sea walk.
Yeah.
To hip hop stuff. I mean that'll forever be freaking awesome to do. I think that if you can pull it off and you can do it well, I think that the moonwalk is a great move. Otherwise, besides like that, I mean, I love pop and lock. I think that's a super interactive dance style, and I think that it's a lot of fun to do, and it's a lot of fun to watch, and I think that things like that is good.
All these awesome dance moves, like you said, the sea walk, pop and locking, just all the moonwalk, all that stuff. I just haven't been able to do since my surgery. I wasn't able to do it before either, but it just creates quite the problem at a dance,
Yeah, I understand that, but it's never too late to learn, I think if you really put your back into it, you could get it,
Yeah. And that's why, I sometimes I miss those old days because I'll be going to a dance and, I'm hoping to see maybe like some cool moves like that, and everyone's just hitting the ice spice.
Can you show me what that is?
I don't think I'll be able to air if I showed it. The camera's not ready.
Oh, the camera's not ready. Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. But, if someone wants to pay me $5 a month, maybe.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it, how would you describe the dance move?
Every provocative dance you could ever imagine combined into one.
That's a lot of provocativeness. Does it get the
interesting.
people going?
I don't know. It's just concerning the amount of dudes that are good at it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, why would all the dudes be good at it?
That's the question I'm asking you.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's a good question. Probably because they want to, assert dominance.
Assert dominance.
They want to make sure that the fellas in the room, that they're not the only ones.
Yeah.
That
got the spice.
Got the spice
with the ice.
Yeah. I think it's literally just a dominance thing.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And, it's just great that here at the Big Pal Show, we're talking about what's really important. It's awesome.
That is a crucial topic point. I think every podcast should talk about why are dudes so good at doing ice spice.
Because I don't think I've ever even seen a girl do it at a dance. It's only been dudes doing it.
It's only been, and it's usually like a circle of dudes, and then
one runs
run in the middle.
Yeah.
And then everyone just takes turns doing the ice spice.
Ice spice. Just ice spice.
Yeah. And then they're doing it to like Don't Stop Believing by Journey. It's like, guys, what are you doing?
It's like, this is a slow song.
Yeah.
This is Louis Armstrong. Yeah. Why are we doing this right now?
Yeah, I don't have a good answer for it other than, like I said, that dominance. You know, they gotta set that bar high for the ladies. Be like, if you can't do it better than my boy here, then don't even bother. Don't even bother showing up. Don't even tell me your name.
Yeah, like I'm trying to see skies of blue, not you.
Ooh, yeah, that's
doing the ice spice.
That's good.
Right,
I like that.
right.
That's good.
But yeah, man, it's crazy culture nowadays. What's going on? Just everyone doing everything. It's like, and I think, Do you think the internet makes it feel like humans are weirder than they actually are because the outliers are up front? Or is it just releasing the inner weirdness that been perceived as normal people before?
That interesting question.
Yeah.
I think that everybody's a little weird in their own way, right? And
Right.
then now that there's so many avenues and platforms to express that, we're honestly seeing a lot of commonality. Like how many times on TikTok are you on where you're like, where a scenario's showing up of like, one of my favorites is like when it's like POV, your mom is having guests over, and then like they freak out about the upstairs closet that they're not even gonna go in.
Yeah.
This has to be pitch perfect
Yeah,
clean.
yeah.
Like you need to vacuum it, wipe it with toothpaste, whatever, and you're just like, they're not even gonna come in here, and and then all the comments are just like, wow, my mom did that too. Wow, my mom did that too. So I think that because I don't think it's outliers are out front. I think we're all just realizing how similar we all really are, no matter where we're at in the world. And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, or bad depending on what it is.
Yeah, who it is.
But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to see that a lot of us are a lot more have more in common than we realize.
Yeah, and I think my favorite one of those, now that you're bringing it up, is I saw one that it was like talking about like 4-year-old me like sitting on the toilet gaining sentience. And I have a specific moment where I'm just like,
where you realize like your identity, like who am I?
I'm a human. I exist.
Yeah.
And I am meant to start the Big Pal Show.
You learned that at 4, huh?
Yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe, like whatever you're seeing this on, please.
Absolutely.
I don't want your money, but if you got it, bring it.
Lots of it, please.
Yeah, please. Come on. But yeah, it's great. I think it's like everyone, back in the day, if you didn't fit in, you just didn't fit in. And now maybe the internet can kind of be a way where you feel like you can belong somewhere. Yeah.
I do think that, there are a lot of communities that exist, and whether or not they're good or bad, I mean, I don't know. But I do know that there's a thing for everything. And maybe some people need that, but I do think that they also need that real life connection,
right?
And not just being like an online subreddit or just like a Discord community or whatever it might be. I mean that those things are okay to have, but it's also important to have something that you can be in the same room with, literally, not just not through a voice chat.
Yeah, I don't want to count the amount of times where I've been talking to a girl over the phone or something, and then we see each other in person and we just walk right past each other. It's like
you don't even know each other.
Yeah, it's like it's so awkward, and that's kind of transitioning into our next topic.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
actually.
All right, so we're getting ignored by women. Perfect. All right, what's our next topic?
Boom. Yeah. So we actually we have people. If you're watching this, DM us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. Just give some good questions, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. I'll always be here. I'll have some reoccurring guests. I'll have new guests. Everything you guys will want is on the Big Pal Show. But one of our questions was from a younger fella, and he was asking about just how to get women.
How to get women.
Yeah. I think the first step, I'll start it off. You keep it going.
Okay. All right.
Is to be interested in women.
So what do you mean by that?
You have to want something to want to get it.
You have to want something to want to get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want?
Women.
So you want women, so that's how you're going to get it?
That's the first step.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's a great first step. I think the second thing is you got to be at least 6'2".
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, if you're less than that, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, if that's true. So be 6'2". Another thing I would recommend, it'll help you just a little bit when talking to females, women. Make like $400K a year.
minimum.
Easy,
Yeah.
just an easy second step to take
Yeah.
to be in the right direction. To get some answers to them DMs, folks.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think that the second that you leave high school,
Right.
you should already be making $200,000 easy.
Yeah.
And then you graduate college, you have 5 businesses,
Mhm.
you own a yacht, no
Right.
problem.
Right.
And if you could just make those easy steps and just want it. I want a yacht. I want $400K a year.
Mhm.
You can get it. You just got to do it.
Yeah. And then another great skill is just have a vault in Switzerland and evade taxes.
Also a good point. Yeah, but whatever you can do to evade the tax system,
Mm-hmm.
do it. Yeah, if you want it, do it. Then
Do it.
it goes I feel like the steps to success is just go back to step 1.
Right. Exactly. So if you boys want it, just open a couple crypto mines, get rich.
Yeah, go back in time when Bitcoin was a quarter for one coin, and then just buy as much of it as you can, and you'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Or get a money tree actually. If you guys if the demand's high enough, we'll start selling them on our website eventually.
Yeah, I'll be sure to pick up a few of them on my way out of this podcast for sure.
Yeah. And so just that's just how it's done.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think. I mean, you got to be confident a little bit. I think that's key.
I think you have to, tell them what they want to hear too. I know that sounds kind of bad, but
Yeah.
I think if you try to just be yourself, that don't work.
Well, shoot. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Man. And that's why when I go to sleep at night,
We're just gonna cut that part, right?
we're gonna clip it even better. No, I think people say be yourself, but if you aren't at a point, let's put it this way: if you're looking for a girlfriend, because there's like a piece of you that you feel like is missing, and you are looking for a girl that have that fulfillment, it's not going to make things any better. You have to, if you're not happy on your own, you're not going to be happy with someone else.
That's true. You shouldn't rely on your partner for happiness. If you're happy and you can share your happiness with them, that just makes the bond stronger for sure.
And I think looking for that, kind of thinking someone else will solve your problems, will kind of give off maybe some
codependency.
Yeah, some desperation. And then,
yep.
If you have that, people aren't going to be interested in you.
It's true.
So I say just, start off, work on yourself, and just kind of, maybe that's getting into shape physically, just organizing your life a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think those are the best, on a real note, other than having a giant crypto mine, being friends with Dan Blazarian, just those basic things, to having success when it comes to dating life.
Yeah. I think, besides those basic things, 100%, I think you're right.
What's your favorite dog?
Favorite dog?
Yeah.
Golden Retriever.
Okay.
I think that they're the best dog, honestly.
Me personally, I think I'd have to go Oscar Mayer.
Oscar, like the hot dog?
It's the best dog on the market.
Ooh. I could go for a nice wiener right now.
Yeah. Clip that. I think I'd like brats, but I just can't afford them.
Why is that?
Well, because you guys aren't subscribing.
Oh, good point.
I love my fans. The most loyal fan base there is. But guys, I need a bratwurst every once in a while.
Yeah, you just need one thrown right in your face. Just
Yeah, straight up. What would you say is the most underrated animal that you could use for transportation?
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros.
Yeah, I think if you go on a rhino, like nothing can stop you. You know,
Right.
not even a car.
Right.
Literally, who's gonna drive into a rhinoceros? Nobody. So you
Yeah.
literally will have right of way no matter what.
So what would your method of riding a rhinoceros be? What would your approach be? Would you just hop on it, kind of giddy up, slap his butt? Or would you maybe hang some food in front of his face so it kind of follows the food?
A little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. Yeah.
Okay,
I think you need to. I think that rhino needs a nice little reminder that they're wanted. So, you know.
Yeah. And I think everyone feels like a rhino sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like a rhino sometimes.
So, you know, if you haven't texted one of your friends in a while, man, just say hi. Just that genuine act of kindness, you know, can change someone's day.
Yeah, that's a good point. And slap them on the butt a little bit. That'll help.
With consent, obviously.
Yes.
You know, the U.S. already has like the highest rates of incarcerated people. So let's
for butt slapping.
For anything.
Oh, for
incarceration rates
for just everything
per capita. I think we're up there. So maybe let's not encourage anymore.
Oh, that's true.
But also, like, follow your dreams, folks.
If you want it, you can get it.
Yeah. Start a crypto mine, guys. That's where it's at. You know, I think looking at Logan Paul, he's a great influencer that's popular, whether you like him or not. You know, and I aspire to be like him as far as like his decisions with cryptocurrency and how he sold it to his fans and then kept all the money for himself.
That's really that's a great story. Yeah. I feel like are you trying to emulate that best you can?
Yeah, 100%. And like then he told him he didn't have the money to pay him back for some weird reason, and so then he dropped $5 million on Pokemon cards, and that's just what I look for when I'm looking for someone to look up to.
Yeah.
When I want the younger generation to be molded by is, you know, someone who does that.
Yeah, just totally swindles people that look up to him and just completely just robs them blind.
Great.
Yeah.
You know? And so here at the Big Pal Show, we won't swindle you, I promise.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe. You know, we have threads too. I don't know if anyone actually uses that, but run it up.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a bunch of ads for threads pop up on just Instagram, and maybe it blows up, maybe it doesn't. Yeah. Who knows? But you never know what the next big thing's gonna be, so you might as well jump in while it's still starting up. You know. Yeah.
So I think as we wrap up tonight, I'm gonna just hit you with some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And I just want one word answers.
Okay.
And we'll just see how it, you know, kind of how it comes out, you know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So first off, favorite car?
Lamborghini.
Dream color for your house?
Blue.
Favorite sport?
Soccer.
Most underrated film genre?
Rom-com.
Opinion on racism in Lego City?
Repeat that one more time.
Opinion on racism in Lego City?
In Lego City?
Yes.
No idea.
One word, man.
Oh. Unclear.
Perfect.
Got him.
Who do you think would win it pound for pound? What is the best side food? You can use more than one word.
Oh. Best side food, nachos.
Nachos. Yeah.
Because you can literally put anything on them.
Right.
And I mean, have you ever had like fried ice cream on nachos with like caramel drizzle?
No, but it sounds good.
Freaking good, man.
Like when they, yeah, that's a great point. Nachos. And I think that's probably, that's directly correlated with Jack Black's success in his career. What is that? Nacho Libre.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And so I think that can be a lesson for us to learn. Just, eat more nachos, guys.
Nachos is the way.
Yeah. And I think as we wrap up, the message of today is to no matter what roadblocks you hit, just keep trying. just keep going after them. Keep going after your goals.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
if you want to scam all your fans in a crypto scandal, do it. Get out there. You know, if you want to pull a Stevie Wonder and blindfold yourself and drive 100 miles an hour down the highway,
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Okay.
No, don't.
Dude, I
don't
was
do
giving
that.
you the alley-oop.
I had to. You literally handed me a burning book. Just like, here you
Okay,
go.
alright.
And what am I supposed to do with that?
You know, I think it might be getting late. I think this agua's just getting into my system, messing with my brain a little bit. And I just want to take the time to thank the fans for watching the Big Pal Show. And thank Ryan for being a guest on it.
Thank you for interviewing me. Appreciate it.
And guys, let us know if you want him back on. We already have a couple of reoccurring guests that I think might have to make a comeback. And yeah, let us know, guys, if what type of content you want to see, how you want to see it. You know, hit me with anything. Tell me if you think Anakin is more powerful than Luke Skywalker, vice versa.
Yes.
You know, just let me know. But thank you again. Make sure to go check it out. Subscribe to the Big Pal Show YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We got Apple Podcasts, Spotify coming soon, if not out already. Everything you could need. We got link trees everywhere. Just go find it. Thanks again. I'm Thomas Talmadge. This is Ryan. We're signing out.
Thanks for having me.